solution. Come with me on this road to nowhere. We may just find the truth along the wayside. The truth can never be denied. We're so lost, don't want it to be found. Join us in the noise pollution, where winners don't matter. Only the truth in the hereafter.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Hey everybody, and I'm glad you can be here. I mean, we've decided to scale down for a multitude of reasons, actually. Nothing I'm about to get into, but I don't know. Sometimes you just need to get back to basics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to your roots, so to speak.
So we have a good number of people in chat, but right off, I want to point out this $2 super chat from Miss Sparkles. I'm here for the woman. So Phoenix, how do you feel about that?
Hey, you guys, donations.
Well, Phoenix, since you've came out and everything, I need to talk to you about your electrolysis needs because you're getting a little, you got a little something all over. You need a different, you need a different cosmetologist.
So we have in chat, we have Lilith, one of my top supporters. We have Rhoda, which he may be asleep by this point because of his work schedule and where he happens to live at in the world. Let's see. And yeah, I'm gonna skip the people's already here on the panel. We have Valkyria Winter. We have a good many actually. We have Valerian, another great supporter, definitely. We got Miss Sparkles, which she gave 2 for the woman. the woman.
The woman.
The woman. We have Midnight Lady Buggo. We have Byron Obsidious.
Hey.
We have Slay Every Game. We have Killer J. And amongst others. I'm glad you could show up and show some support. Even though, like I said, we scaled down, so the show might be a little bit more dense, a little bit more of a drag. But bear with me. I mean, every other show seems to get taken seriously when they just stick to the news, cut out all the BS, because we're professionals.
Professionals.
Byron said something. So
I know he said evening, folks.
He said something just a minute ago.
yeah.
Oh, okay. It hadn't popped up on my screen yet. I haven't long to stick around, so I just wish to say I need to have a couple of private conversations with some folks and then slide back towards the outmost edges of things. Okay. I don't ask me. I've no clue, but okay.
He also said I have been neglecting my writings, and I have too. I haven't written my book in a few days, so I need to get back to that at some point.
Right. I know I don't sound like it, but once upon a time I was a writer. And here's the thing. I had to rewrite so many times because people was like, you use too big of words. No shit. No, I mean, this was before AI writing was a thing, right? And everybody, they couldn't follow it. So I was like, how can I simple, streamline, simple. And I was like, you know what? I don't think this generation of readers is for me.
Yeah.
Ye-
Yeah.
Well, I remember
Listen,
editing.
when I'm on here, this is a sporadic brain. This is like, I'm trying to do an instant performance. When I'm writing, I get deep in it, and my brain just shifts to a whole different setting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it should be, you know. But I remember editing that story that you were working on, and every time it was like, okay, they're not understanding, and the phrases you were using were not just way out there kinds of phrases. I mean, it was pretty much run of the mill stuff, but people that you would get to read it and give you some feedback,
Okay, I'm
um,
gonna see if I can fix
they
her
would
mic.
not.
I upped her mic a little bit. See if that's better.
They wouldn't get it. You know, they go, "Well, I don't understand." It's like, well, it's in English. You know, it's frustrating when you write something and then nobody can understand, even though it's rudimentary speech. You know,
Well,
it's just nerve wracking.
okay, what I came to find, what I came to find is today's generation is the young adult fiction generation. That is the popular genre besides the smut category, the romance smut novels. Besides that, it's young adult fiction, and these people are so used to first person writing. They're so used to simplistic language. They're so used to a predictable plot. I mean, it's like easy road for them all the way. It's, I don't know. I suppose it's an age that Harry Potter maybe ushered in. I
Hmm.
I don't know, but that's what I take it to be. And my writing was more akin to the classics. I'm not saying that was as good as them, obviously not, but it was more akin to that. And people just couldn't pick it up.
Yeah.
Let me just say, I'm not trying to say, oh, I was great and they just suck. No, it's just certain incompatibilities.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, it's the writing is in essence a part of you. So, you know, your writing is just, it takes twists and turns, and it's 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 very meaningful in very short words. Like you could say a whole paragraph in a few short sentences and it be just as heavy. You know what I mean?
Well, that was the classics writing style. I mean, whether you go back to Middle English or Shakespeare, or works after that in the 1900s. But the point being is they were more succinct, and not only that, what would normally take a paragraph, they could fit in a sentence or two, right? And it was I don't know, it was just masterfully written. Like it would self-explain, self-explanatory.
Hmm.
And not only have writers gotten weaker, but readers have too. And wish it weren't so, but it is.
Yeah. Well, back then, back when the classics were written, the written word was an art. I mean, it was an art form. And and ever since, you know, as time went on, the speech and the words that were written got shorter. So that's why it changed so much. And
I mean,
it's not as
H.P. Lovecraft, right? He didn't even, well, if I remember correctly, he didn't even finish high school.
no, he didn't.
And he wrote in words I was like, whoa, you need to get off that thesaurus and dictionary. I mean, and
Yeah.
everybody complained about me using too big of words and phrases and such, but he truly went overboard with it.
Well, it's if I remember right, H.P. Lovecraft, he was a pulp fiction writer for the most
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, he wrote
And
mostly
pulp,
for the Weird magazine.
yeah,
Weird
How do
Tales.
we get on this whole writing? Oh yeah, okay. Because Byron was like, I've been neglecting my writing. It's like, damn, now we're stuck. That's it. I guess this is the show now.
Yeah. Myself, I write for myself, not really for anybody else, just as a hobby, something to relieve stress pretty much. So I usually don't show it to like the writing community or anything like that.
You do well not to.
So yeah, I have thus far anyway downsized my panel. I didn't like the idea of being a hangout stream. I there were some people that was just great. No problems. But it seemed to have gotten a reputation of, oh, we can just go there and goof off, and it was never really about that. Yeah, be natural, have fun, but we're here for a purpose, right? So back to basics.
Yep. And that's a good thing. I mean, everything goes through metamorphosis at some point or another in its existence. And without change you get stagnant and you cease to exist. So that's what this is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so right off, we're gonna take a look at this. Nintendo reveals first look at Link and Zelda for upcoming Legend of Zelda. So here's some new shots of it. Filming is underway for the live-action film The Legend of Zelda in a lush, natural setting with Bo Bragason, and they added Son because it's a Japanese production, from a Japanese company. I don't know how much it is actually a Japanese production, but whatever the case, I suppose that's why they added Son after the names. Who will play Zelda? And Benjamin Evan Ainsworth Son, who will play Link. Filming is on track for the film's release on May 7th, 2027. Oh yeah, they could have done worse. After all, there was this discussion floating around of they were gonna put it in a nice way. They were gonna use a transformer for Zelda.
Yeah.
Now,
I remember.
for those who, how are few of you, maybe Zelda is the female and Link is the male, the little elf boy, which I know that don't sound much like a boy, but it's a boy.
Yeah, if they do
So
it right,
from Killer J, $2. Make sure you guys like and sub to the channel. Thank you for that, Killer J.
yeah. I think the movie could turn out to be really good if they do it right. I know
I mean, yeah.
they have like books of lore on the games and everything. I haven't really read it myself, but I know it's like a big book and they got a lot to it.
These actors, they look all right for the part. I mean, whatever you do, some people was like, you can't do that. But I'm going, just stay reasonable and make a good movie, a good story. I mean, you have all this existing lore and this, existing franchise and existing fan base. How can you get this wrong? But they always find a way to.
Well, I was looking. I'm looking at the pictures of the people they got to play the main characters, and they look pretty well thought out. I mean, pretty close to how Link looks in the game, or last I remember Link looking in the game. and Zelda 2. So that's not a bad thing. And I do remember there was a big uproar about them getting upset about who they had gotten to play or who
No,
they did
it was a
play
it was a
Zelda.
rumor. It was a rumor, one that was started by the representation of the Transformer, right? It was the Transformer. I'm bear with me. You understand what I'm saying? The person in transition, uh, their agent. Their agent started this rumor because they want to build up some hype. But here's the thing: everybody's like, we know how they like to do things now. They just might do this, and we are highly concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going by the pictures, it kind of reminds me, just look wise, of the Never Ending Story a little bit. If I'm remembering the right one.
Yeah, I think if they use too soft of a touch, make it too much of a fluff movie, that's gonna hurt it. They need to treat it with some amount of seriousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they take inspiration from those like 80s kind of dark side fantasy movies like Never Ending Story and the Labyrinth and stuff like that. I think that would
Well,
help it out a lot.
okay, those were family fluff movies. Now, by today's standards, you're like maybe those aren't fluff movies, but back then they were.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
after all, we got like the Conan movies back then. The first one in particular, the '80s Conan was the first one was great.
yeah.
Yeah. I
And
liked it a lot
yes,
too.
yes, those movies that Phoenix mentioned, absolutely, they're classics. They're great movies. I just think they need to take it a little bit more serious rather than go, here's a safe family movie. It can still be a safe family movie, but don't lean into that. I think it will hurt it if they do.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like have little some darker tones where adults and children can both enjoy it at the same time.
Yeah, The Princess Bride, that was another classic. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean to rewatch that. I hardly remember that one, but yeah, I
You
remember
know,
liking
as
it.
bad as all these classics are like, let's remake them. Don't do it. Just don't do it. We know what you're gonna do to them. Don't do it.
Yeah, if they remake all the classic movies, they're gonna stink. I mean, good Lord, look what happened to Conan. It was awful.
Oh yeah, it was. It was. Some that actor, Jason Momoa. Momoa. Okay, this motherfucker, right? He looks great for the part. He's got the muscles, he's got the looks. It's like, yeah. And it's like, but the acting just isn't there.
Mm-mm.
He did do great in Game of Thrones. That I think he did great in, but at the same time, that I don't think that required a lot of acting talent. On set they forbade the whole set to read any Conan comics, and I believe even to watch the old films.
Yeah, they couldn't do it. They couldn't watch the original Conan films, and they couldn't read any of the comics. And I'm thinking, how in the world are they gonna know if they've never read the comic or watched the movie or anything? How are they gonna know how to portray the character?
Now, on this Legend of Zelda, okay, Link in particular, they really have to put some thought into, is this gonna be a big hit? Are we gonna have 4 movies out of it? And if so, how long will this person stay looking youthful?
You do have a very good point.
They could do like the games and say reincarnation, have someone that looks similar to him do the part, kind of like 007.
Or it could be Stranger Things, where they walk in and they're 35 years old and they're like, hey gang, let's get on our bikes and ride across town.
Oh God, could you imagine people from Stranger Things doing that shit? I mean, it's like, what the hell? These people are not, or they're not all here. I don't know where they are, but they're not all here. So
Yeah, I just imagine them now wearing like clothes from the first season now, like little beards and little hats and stuff.
You know, and I don't know if it was second or third, but some of these seasons they digitally de-aged them
Yeah.
for the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
crazy.
that's the thing though, is when they do stuff like that, it when you see them on the screen and stuff, it kind of gives them this. I don't. It doesn't give them a dead look, but it just gives them that they look weird. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Saturday Night, I believe it was a Saturday Night Live skit where he shows up with a skateboard slung over his shoulder, and he's like, "What's happening, kids?" Or it was something like that, right? Some of you might recall it. It kind of reminds me of that every time these series they're supposed to be about these children. They take forever to come out with another season. Now, when I was younger, I know I'm old, but these seasons would have like 30 more or less episodes per season. Yeah.
hmm
And then you didn't have to wait 2 years for another season. It was like 6 months, if I remember correctly. 6 months.
yeah,
But of course, their filming schedule was like all the time, all the time, all the time. And yes, I'm glad that these actors are given breaks now, but it kind of sucks having grown up on these super long seasons, and you would get the next season in 6 months.
yeah. I remember that they'd have a 6 month period between
Yes, that was it.
seasons.
That was it. How do you even say that name? Steve
Buscemi,
Scheme.
Buscemi. I don't. Buscemi. Shimi. I don't know.
Buscemi.
Anyway, yeah, it was that skit.
He was really good in Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's been a comedian, and then he played in Boardwalk Empire. It was an HBO series, and if any of you haven't seen that, that is very much worth checking out. It was based in what was it, the very early 1900s.
Yeah,
Think,
right before Prohibition started.
yeah, and he essentially plays as a mobster, but not quite as you would expect, but he does play as a mobster, and it's a in-depth, well-written, well-scripted, well-acted series. It's just quality all the way around.
hmm
Yeah.
I mean, when I watched it, I halfway expected it to be garbage because he's a comedian. He's a comedic actor, but he surprised me.
Yeah. No, he was also in that Airheads movie, like I guess in his earlier years. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember the actor's name and I was telling him about that movie. I just couldn't remember who that was.
yeah,
That's how I feel when I'm on here, right? I'm not young, and I get on here, it's like, how goes it, fellow kids? And me being old as shit, that's the way I feel, I'm like, yeah, AC/DC, and they're like, I don't know, what are they into now?
I don't know.
Oh, I know. Here's a stupid ass name to throw at you. Bad Bunny. Don't ask me who the fuck that is. Don't ask me, but it's somebody that's popular now, right? And I'm like, AC/DC, and and all this metal, right? And they're like, dude, you're old.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, let me put it in more. They'd go, bro. I believe that. Let's see. I don't know all the terms, but like, hey fam, gang. Anyway, and I've always found slang. We all use a little slang, but I try to keep it at a minimum. I've always found slang to be silly, and I'll tell you why. I've watched jive talk come and go. I've seen when people still used pre-hippie talk. What do they call them? The beatniks.
Beatnik. Yeah.
The beatnik talk. And then when there were people go, groovy, man, groove. I've watched all these slang come and go, come and go, come and go. And it's becoming more rapid now in the age of the internet. What 5 years, and then the next 5 years, a whole new set of silly ass language. And So now I'm watching like 30-something-year-olds trying to speak this baby talk. And I'm like, man, you don't understand. You don't understand. You know, I've seen so many of the slang come and go, and eventually it's like, sure, we're all prone to using some slang, but we all gonna look like idiots sooner or later.
Well, you know what? All the younger kids don't realize, the ones that give everybody older than them grief, is they can only go in the same direction that we're all going in, and that is forward. There is no going backwards, because if there was a such thing as getting younger, there would be a lot of people doing that.
Yeah,
But
it's like, ha ha ha, you're old. It's like, motherfucker, where do you think you're going? Do you think it's gonna reverse at some point? Do you think it's gonna stand still for you, even though it never has for anyone before?
yeah, I mean, it's they'll find out. They will find out, and that is true.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get into another topic here. I find this one somewhat humorous, entertaining. I don't know, but just check it out. Why was influencer Jack Doherty, I guess is how you pronounce it, arrested on drug charges? See, I don't really keep up with all this stuff, but I have seen clips of him, and oh, is he ever asinine? So it's like he gets arrested. I'm like, this is worth a peek.
I would also like to know.
Yeah.
I would like to know. I mean,
Yeah.
it just seems like he's just a jackass. I mean, I don't know him for nothing, but it just seems like him sitting here like this. It's like he's a pretentious asshole. Or something.
You have no idea. I mean, if you don't know who this person is, look up clips and you will be furious.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is he like one of these prankster people?
We'll get into it. The content creator, 22, was taken into custody in Florida's Miami-Dade County on Saturday, November the 15th at 8:48 a.m. local time. People report he was booked on charges possession of a controlled substance and amphetamine, possession of 20 grams or less of cannabis, and resisting arrest. Doherty rose to fame online for his stunt and prank videos, amassing more than 28 million combined followers on platforms including YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Okay, look, he would harass the hell out of people. And then it got, he started hiring these big black bodyguards that jump in front of him every time he harassed somebody. This is the kind of person that is getting, apparently, 28 million followers, and I can hardly pull 15 people at once. Okay, maybe I'm the big old loser. Maybe I don't even care anymore. I don't care. I'm doing this for something to do, to pass some time.
Yeah,
I don't care. But I can't help to think that fortune favors the fool. Fortune favors the fool.
Yeah, that is true.
You have the whole internet's going, yeah, I want to see this asinine. It's like, really? You don't want to see somebody who's perhaps nice to you, perhaps brings you in, perhaps stands up when you get shit from other people, stands up and be like, I'm here for you. But rather, you want to get behind the asinine person and cheer them on, throw money out. But anyway, it seems to be the way of things now, as unfortunate as that is. So, if you're not familiar with this person, look them up. Your mind will be boggled. 1 year prior to his arrest, Doherty crashes his $200,000 McLaren sports car while live streaming in an October 2024 video, Doherty was seen looking down at his phone while driving as it rained. He allegedly lost control of the car and veered into a metal barrier. The kick stream, which has since been deleted, reportedly had more than 185,000 viewers at the time of this incident.
Okay, so let me see if I've got this straight in my mind. This boy does stupid stuff on the internet for clicks, and he's a millionaire, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what? It takes very little to entertain people these days, it seems, and that's just sad. It's just sad.
Well, they grew up on shallow vapid material, and it's ingrained into their system. And clearly, I'm not talking about all of you out there. Clearly, I'm not. I'm saying there's a certain subset of people. As they get younger, it seems to be, rising in the flow chart, so to speak.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see what you're saying.
But there are people who grew up on this type of thing, and then they love it. They just can't get enough of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's sad. I mean, that's really all I can say on it. It's sad.
It's like people are just drawn to the.
Yeah.
It's like people are just drawn to the drama of it, and when I see people that cause problems, I don't get it.
I don't have the patience for that kind of stuff. I mean, I guess it's because I'm older.
Well, okay. If you have one man who's saying that volcano's going to erupt, we need to clear out of here, they're going to be like, oh, that old fool. And while you got the performer over there juggling and maybe mooning everybody, and they're like, throw them some more shillings,
Yeah.
And that's the world today.
Well,
so, yeah.
That kind of happened in Pompeii. Literally, it kind of happened that way.
Yeah, I mean, that was the inspiration behind my example.
Yeah.
Okay, so Doherty went on to share a video with rapper, I'm going to have a hard time with this name, Tekashi 6ix9ine, whatever. In which he wore a shirt with his mugshot on it. So apparently this is what the cop told him during the arrest, because it was all recorded. You think you're funny, man? If you're going to be funny, get out of the fucking streets. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, bro. A man wearing a uniform told Doherty. In response, Doherty noted that he was trying to walk up the street. So the officer responded, all you had to do was get on the fucking sidewalk. That's it.
Oh.
So it says in a longer clip shared via the account at Stream Swatted, Doherty was seen challenging the officer to a duel. Guys on the sidewalk, the officer replied, while Doherty noted, after we duel, sir? The officer repeated his request for Doherty to go on the sidewalk. As the influencer said, yes, sir, after we duel. So yeah, he was doing his usual bit of pissing people off on purpose, and he's used to having the security jump in front of him. Only in this case, it was the cops.
It sounds like he does not live in reality. I don't know what was going through his head when he did that.
Rich people generally don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Hey, look. I know there's people out there who work for their money and earned every cent of it. But I would probably, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But my take on it is there's probably more out there who fell into the money, inherited the money, born into the money, this, that, whatever. It's a family thing. There's probably more of those.
Yeah, then they're I think you're right. I think there's more of those than there are people that started with nothing and just clawed their way to the top, so to speak.
But whether you work for it or whether you were born into it, they seem to look down on everybody else. But then again, I think that's more of a human thing. I think most humans, it's a defensive thing. They all look down on each other. Sometimes they gang up in packs, but mostly they're ready to turn on you quick, I think.
Yeah, that is true. It is unfortunate, but it is human nature for a lot of people to do that.
Okay, so Doherty recalled sleeping on a bench in a cell for 5 hours before being fingerprinted and having his mugshot taken, and then chilling for another 5+ hours. And he says, I was like, damn, I'm flying to Dubai in my mind right now, he said in a video, claiming that he hogged the phone while being held. So he got the real soft touch treatment. Because I know people that were took in, beaten, hosed down, screamed at for hours upon end, while, roughed up quite a bit. And then when that usually happens, they go, you're free now. And you go back going, what's going on? And it's like, there's not an arrest record. We never arrested you. That's more common than you might think.
Yeah, they have no record of it. And I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I would advise you, do not look up this little prick.
No, I'm not going to.
Don't bother. Don't bother. You just be infuriated.
Well, I'm betting what happened is his people got wind of what happened, and they basically told the cops they better go easy on him while he's in jail, is what happened. I'm betting that's what happened. Because, he was being an ass. I mean, he was really being an ass to them.
When you're somebody in a position like him, you have big money behind you. You probably have a law firm behind you. You probably have a wealthy family behind you. You got everybody stepping up going, oh, no, you don't know who you're dealing with. Whereas if you're just your everyday person, it's like, oh, you're out of luck. You're in it now. You're just in it. And it don't matter what you say or do, you're in it now.
That's true.
Hey, thanks for coming by, Killer J, and thanks for the donation, of course. All right, guys, I'm headed to my stream. I'll be lurking in the chat.
It's been good to have you.
Okay, Phoenix, don't be creepy about it.
Oh, Phoenix, why you got? This is why we can't have nice things. It's all
I'm just being
Phoenix.
polite.
It's all Phoenix's fault. This is why we can't have nice things.
I'm just being polite.
I've never been secretive about it. I'm not good with working with people. I'm just not. And the people, wherever you are here, they know this. They've known me for a long time. They know I suck at dealing with people, working with people. So even in my best efforts and my best intent, I know I come off wrong. I know this, but I've never tried to say otherwise. Just believe me, it is my absolute best intent.
Yeah, well, nobody's perfect. And anybody that says that.
Oh, wait. I have said I'm perfect. I am perfect. I mean, if that's what we're getting to, I'm perfect.
Oh, please.
I mean, I can't work with people because they're so imperfect.
Oh, God. All the things you say. But I was going to say, anybody that says they don't have flaws is full of themselves, and they really shouldn't be around people at all.
No, I'm not. I'm all kinds of flawed. I'm absolutely not perfect. I'm not saying that at all. That was a joke.
Oh, we know.
I mean, kind of, maybe.
Kind of. Yeah, I'm really the perfect one down here. Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get the pretentious jackass off the stream, noise. We'll be having none of that. None of it. None of it.
No,
We
but
can all be perfect.
it's one reason for my downscaling is because I have come to the realization that I just suck with people. Sure, people suck. I don't know if anybody can argue that. I'm people too, and I suck at dealing with people. I do not mesh well with others, and I know I come across wrong at the whole time, a lot of times, maybe all the time. So yeah, I've just simply downscaled. I'm working with the people that know me personally because they have many years to that we all know who we're working with.
Yeah. We all know each other's idiosyncrasies. Yeah. So it's just, yeah.
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 But I am glad that everybody showed up in the chat because that's good. It's nice to
Oh
see
yeah,
everybody.
it is nice to see all of you in the chat. I'm all for supporting people as long as they support me.
Yeah. Well, you can't really. It doesn't work. You got to have a give and take there. If it's all give and if it's all one way, then it
So-
doesn't work.
I will say if there's any of you out there who's all behind noise pollution here and they're like, hey, you don't support me, reach out to me and we'll have a real talk and not like assholes toward each other, but it'd be like, there's a lot of people out there, let yourselves be known is all I'm saying.
Yeah, because we're not mind readers and we can't go through the internet and read people's minds.
Okay, so instead of all these awkward pauses, we'll because after all, this show isn't gonna go all night long like I've been known to, like the show's been known to do. I'm gonna bring up another news article of news. I mean, it's probably not news to you. I mean, I know all these shows rehash the same thing, right? But it's kind of the nature of the game. I mean, you do what you can, and if nothing else, we haven't given our take.
True.
So UBI Soft, and yes, I say UBI because I think Ubi sounds like baby talk. UBI Soft, not to mention I was around when the company started, so I remember what they referred to themselves as, but I digress. UBI Soft says people are playing fewer games, which makes new games struggle to stand out. Now there is so much wrong think in this article. I don't know where to start, but we'll get into it. In a recent filing with Companies House, UBI Soft's United Kingdom-based arm wrote a lengthy breakdown about the future's development of the firm. This is somewhat morbid telling of the tale. Games suggested that a paradigm shift is occurring, one that's skewing the future of new single games in the wake of subscriptions and live service titles. Yeah, I can tell you right off, live service games, yeah, it's always going to be a thing that some people will flock to. But the real strength of game is when a person can buy that game, own that game forever, and set out into their own adventure into that game as many times as they want. Not be like, oh no, they took the servers down. Oh no, now I've got to pay for this function that's always been there.
Yeah. I miss the days when you could buy a game and it be yours, and you could play it as much as you wanted to.
Yeah, just makes sense that that's how it should be. You should be able to own what you bought, not just
Yeah.
rent it for an extreme amount.
Well, I come from the days of slap a cartridge in is like you don't have. Oh, now I got to sign into account. Oh, is my monthly this up to is it paid up? Oh, it's got to download a few gigs of data. Oh, that now my game has radically changed from the game that I've come to like.
Yeah.
It was like you slap your game in and you are good to go.
Yep. And you could play it over and over and over again.
You know, it makes me wonder if prostitutes have subscription fees these days.
What?
Everything else does. Everything else is nickeling and diming you to death.
Oh God.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, so find it where I was at in this. Okay. The traditional full game model of selling a single, now this is measured in pounds because it was the that part of the world, that branch that was speaking, 50 to 60 pound game to a consumer as one-time purchase continues to become less ubiquitous. That's a hell of a word, but anyway, with multi-game subscription services, long-running game as service titles, free-to-play games, and cloud streaming offering as well, offering all providing new and attractive ways for consumers to access gaming content. Yes, there's a lot of people is like, oh, I'm on this NVIDIA plan where I can just stream the games, and or Microsoft has one like that. I'm glad they exist, but this is not the way, because it just makes it too easy for them to handicap you any way they see fit. And it gives them an easy out on anything they want to implement that will essentially hurt us as gamers.
That is true.
Or
And
maybe
my
I should get
biggest
easy in. Maybe, I don't know. Just take it how you will.
my biggest gripe about this kind of the way games are now is the company could at any point in time go, okay, we're done, and then you have a paperweight. That's all you're left with.
Not to mention, if
And
the
it,
servers crash, it's just done. Then
mhm,
some accident could happen and just wipe it all out.
yeah,
Well, I remember when I was a kid, right? Say your family couldn't afford an Atari, and I know that's not true for a good many families out there, but there were some that it is true for. Well, you would probably find one in somebody's garbage, and then let it dry out, and it would work like new.
mm-hmm.
I mean, look what you have to have a ISP, you have to pay a subscription fee, you have to have a good internet. Good. Go ahead, talk. I'm having a sneezing fit.
Well, you could have all these things, and even the cartridges, they could get put in water and you dry them out, and 9 times out of 10 they work again.
Yeah, so now you have to have a internet service provider, a high speed quality internet, a high speed router, however you wish to pronounce it. Then you have to make sure all of your services are paid up, and then you have to have this account and this account and this account and this account. So yeah, this is nonsense. There's a term for this. It's called enshittification, and I believe it's a real defined term now. Basically means things you would otherwise get for free is now falsely blocked off to you behind a paywall.
Yeah. And I think, over time it's all going to be like it is here. I think everything's going to end up being like that. I mean, my God, TV is already like that, and it's just a matter of time before
So
everything's gonna become subscription based.
so I have to bring to attention a $20 donation. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not to mention that they can change things in the game now after you buy it. Like they promise you one thing, then you get something entirely different.
I mean, a little off topic, but it sucks when somebody asks you to help them out and you do, and then you ask them to help you out, but they don't. So here we are. But yeah, you're right on that.
Yep.
So this is I suppose the website Insider Gaming speaking, and I put it in red because I so disagree with it. Ubisoft isn't wrong. That's certainly the way of the world right now. People are falling in love with live service games and sticking with them. A certain subset are, sure, but I think the mass majority, especially long-time gamers, they love the single player games that they can lose
Mhm.
themselves in. They don't want to have to pay all that. They don't want to have to. Oh, I have to have this account and have that account and that account and have to wait for these updates. No, are they keeping the servers up? People who are veterans to the gaming world are avoiding this like the plague.
Yeah, and with good reason. I mean, anybody that's been playing games for very long at all understands the implements of this kind of thing. I mean, basically, they can see the writing on the wall, so to speak. I mean, it's like I said, in the future, everything's going to be subscriptions. Everything.
Yeah, from what I heard, people actually don't like the live subscription games like that. There's like
Mm-mm.
a handful of them that everybody plays, and the rest just kind of die out and, well, they shut down. There's been that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, that Evil Dead game, and numerous shooter games just shut
In
down.
the entire Stadia service,
Yeah, the
Exactly,
Stadia
yeah.
service. Yeah.
it's like, oh, we're a big company. We're for gaming, and then it's gone. It was a game
Yeah.
I played so many years back. Marvel Heroes Online, which I think they changed it to Omega or something. And whatever the case, right? First, they ported it over to the home systems. It was originally just a PC game. The moment they ported it over, I seen ugly changes coming, and I was speaking against it. And they were on this almost Hillary Clinton like binge of, if you speak against this update, you're low and you're rotten and you're wrong. Think right after the update was released, game died. They yanked it. Didn't matter if you bought skins. Didn't matter this. Didn't matter that. They yanked it from everyone.
I remember that, and I played the hell out of that game too, and it was just gone. That's it, just gone. No explanation, no anything. It was just gone. And to top it all off, they would not sell the code for the game to anybody else, so somebody else could take it over. They just basically erased the whole damn thing. For all practical purposes, it's forever gone, which
And
made
for
me
those
mad.
that don't know, it was like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but online, similar to like Diablo.
Oh yeah. That's actually a very good analogy. It was very much like Marvel Alliance. If you're familiar with those old games, it was a Diablo-esque style action RPG.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lilith, in Marvel
No.
Heroes, you can't make.
No, you couldn't make your own servers, but that's generally true of all these MMOs or MMO, online games, live service games.
Yeah.
Years later, some people reverse engineered some things, and it's still not really in a workable state, but it kind of half-ass is. But after years later, and they got it half-ass going, you're like, yeah, I'm not really so interested now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, It was just a shame because that game was very popular and a lot of people played it. My character was Miss Marvel. I liked her because she could shoot lightning, and or no, it wasn't lightning. It was oh, I can't remember now. But anyway,
She was shooting out pure feminism, is what it was. Just feminism.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to play the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, it was a fun one.
Yeah, I mean, in that particular game with the Hulk character, you just jump and it smashes everything around. And really, all you had to do is jump and jump and jump.
yeah, I
Anyway, it was
remember.
the kind of game you could play and just forget about it. You know, you don't have to think about what you're doing. It's like I wanna break shit,
Mhm.
and you just have fun with it for a while. And it was one of those kind of games.
I really enjoyed it. And I kind of miss it. I still kind of miss it
Well,
because it was such a fun game.
I see Lilith was also a fan of the game. And this was also before Marvel had just really shat itself so heavily. You know, this
Yeah.
was when Marvel still had a little something left.
Hmm.
Yeah. Plus, if you're in the comics, it was always fun collecting the different skins for all the characters.
Yeah. Well, another game kind of in the same genre as that is DC Universe Online, and me and Noise played that one for a long time too. But I think it did something weird with their servers or
No,
something.
no, I don't remember why exactly we quit playing it, but I do know they kept going. And now your characters can have sockets, but you got to pay for this and that, and you have to farm this and that, and it's just got to be too redundant. And finding new little gimmicks to keep you hooked in, it was just too much.
Yeah.
Which is a good argument against live service games. You want to okay. Game that really sticks in my head is The Legend of Zelda, the first one on the N64, or
Link to the Past.
or the first Final Fantasy on the PlayStation. Those games, they had secrets upon secrets. They had mechanics on top of mechanics. They had incredible replay value. It wasn't just a bunch of gimmicks to keep you hooked in, to keep you paying for it.
Yeah, that is true.
And it wasn't like, oh, now download our DLC. Instead, it was like, but it's gonna take me 5 years to unlock everything in here already.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like when Guild Wars 2 first came out. When Guild Wars 2 first came out, I was enthralled. Oh
Well,
God, I played the hell out of that game.
Originally, Guild Wars was by the gamers for the gamers, and then they got rid of every original person in the company.
Yeah, now it's crap. Now it's crap. I don't even log into it anymore. It's just like that.
I say if you're making a game, you have to ask yourself, is this mechanic fun? That's the main thing you gotta work on, making it fun.
So when you take your car in to be serviced, you're looking at that mechanic going, is this mechanic fun?
Well, the mechanic is in the game, so
How so you went to your mechanic and you're like, be still, I must put you in my game.
Hey, these days you can take a picture of them and like make a 3D model.
Well, that's kind of implied there with the bit I'm doing. Okay, so move on to another topic, and it's gonna be a comic book topic, and I understand a lot of this realm, the circle of people that I find myself in. They're like, oh, we're in the games, but comics, we don't have a clue. But whatever the case, this is also comics with a side of political influence in it. So look at it like that. Oh, as soon as I get the page right. And so Scott Snyder says using Absolute Batman as modern political commentary would be diluting its universal message about standing up for people. And so essentially they, in comics sometimes I go, we're going to make a more violent, more gritty version of this character. And it's like, oh, it's in another universe. Well, they're doing that in DC again. And this Batman, he's poor. I don't know, he's broke, right? Whatever. And then he's like, oh, he's killing his opponents. He don't care. It's more like DC decided we want our own Punisher. Except he's doing his vigilantism with social justice, with a social justice message. And not to mention today's modern slang. Like there was one scene, I don't know if it's on this page, but there's one scene where he goes, Batman AF. Where they can't be bothered to go as fuck, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Batman AF. I'd be like, just go away, you silly man in a suit. Go the fuck away.
Yeah. At this point, that's all you can do. Because
it's just getting silly at this point. Yeah.
But they're going to keep on doing it. They're going to keep on.
Okay, so though Absolute Batman narrative themes definitely run parallel to the bleak and spirit-breaking reality that is 21st century, writer Scott Snyder says he has intentionally avoided using the series as a vehicle for bald-faced political contemporaries. He believes doing so would ultimately end up diluting its evergreen message regarding power, justice, and humanity. But the thing is, he has it has political influence baked right into it. I don't know if this page has a direct example, but I have ran across it. Whatever the case, if you are curious about it, you can look into it yourself. I'm just giving you a heads up with this article.
Why do they have to do this? Why? I don't get it.
Okay, the entire thesis of Absolute Line was to burn these characters down to their core aspects and then try and rebuild them in ways that felt really personal, resonating, and exciting to us now, with nothing sacred except those core elements of what makes them who they are on a character level. If this is true, what they're getting at, what they're purportedly doing, then they have deduced that the core of Batman is a psycho. I mean, he's essentially become DC's Punisher. He literally carries a big hammer and he kills. And he's, and the politics is kind of baked into it too. So they're essentially saying he's a hardcore lefty and he's taking it out on people.
This is not going to end well at all. It's just not. Because, for one, I mean, politics should not be in comics anyway. I mean, yeah, I mean, if it's part of that world's, if it's part of the story lore, that's different than putting real world politics into a comic or a game or anything like that. It never works. It always backfires.
Well, I could argue that there's no avoiding having the issues be political to some extent, but it becomes very clear when you are doing it on purpose. I think I don't want to see a political message from either side of the spectrum. I mean, again, sometimes they'll delve into a little of this and a little of that, but it's always so super clear when they're pushing it as a political agenda. And I don't want to see that from either side.
Yeah. I mean, that's my point. I mean, if it's part, if it's done very tastefully and very little, then you can hint at it without going all out and that kind of thing. It's just they've ruined comics.
Yep, it's weak. Weak. Keyword of the day. Anyway, no, but anyway. So where was I? Okay, Batman is just a kid. So this is the writer's take. Batman is just a kid who suffers this terrible trauma, and instead of letting that defeat him or turn him dark, uses it as fuel to make the world a better place, and uses it as this kind of gasoline to become this indefinable engine of change, and that's it. Okay, here's my problem I always had with this hero thing. Superman, right? Which may be a hot topic issue for some, but okay, whether you like him, whether you don't like him, but he's flying along, hears a commotion, he goes down and is like, damn, man, this was none of your business. You don't have any idea what's really happening here. And he's like, but I'm Superman, and I'm here to save the day. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's caused millions of dollars in damage and everything else.
All I'm saying is write a story, write a great story, but make it realistic, put the real struggles in. Every time you have a character doing this superhero bit, they are imposing their set of morals onto people. And if you're playing the whole superhero bit, unless it is an active role of people's about to get killed, let me save them, unless it's that, they are enforcing their version of their morals onto people. So yeah, I just can't help to think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Well, I don't know. It is of my opinion that Batman has always been just as insane as Joker anyway, just on the different end of the spectrum. So, I think more of that would be a nice change of pace to delve a little bit deeper into that.
After he says he uses that as fuel to change the world as he sees fit and he's changed, goes on to say, so if you just accept that, then everything else is malleable. Okay, if you just accept that. So I'm not sure how to take that. Right off, I already gave the statement, I do not accept that premise. So I guess it's saying this is Batman if you accept my premise of my set of morals.
So basically, it's a whole different character. He just loosely based it on Batman and using the Batman name.
Yeah, it sure seems that way to me.
That's what it sounds like.
So it goes on to say, he doesn't need money. He doesn't need a cave. He doesn't even need a butler or Robins. The trauma can happen differently than it did. And so it became this incredible, exciting project. So he's essentially described a man who's went through this thing that hurt him deeply and stayed with him. And now he's like, I don't need anything. I'm just going to go out and bash heads, which, sounds like Punisher's version of, DC's version of Punisher. But I will also argue that you want to keep some aspect of realism to it. And here's what I mean. You're not going to go out and get in fist fights and be okay if you don't have your own, I don't know, hospital wing, your own, whatever, right? You don't have the money for your equipment, the money to get by. You're not going to have that money for that training, perhaps. Maybe you're not going to grow up that healthy because, this Batman's poor, right? Maybe after a year you're gonna have so many injuries you simply can't carry on. I don't know. This whole thing falls apart on multiple levels.
To me, it kind of reminds me of a not as well written The Max, if you recall that comic book. It's basically about a mentally ill man going around doing violence, trying to do good.
So,
But The Max had more depth to it than this did.
so from Juniper Down says, I think we all know how Batman got his trauma and made him a vigilante. Yeah, I think he woke up with a little boy in his bed and is like, uh-oh, I gotta make an excuse for this. I'm gonna put a cape on him. We were out fighting bad guys. It's like, but why is he dressed so skimpy? Bad guys, I tell you.
He's just in his underwear, though.
No, it's not what it looks like. This is my ward. Ward of the state. I took him in. You know, Batman knocked his parents off, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, I think these characters like Batman and Superman, they should all just really end the comics and start something new, because now it's just pretty much a blank canvas for people to do whatever they want with them, and it kind of ruins the character.
I'm glad that other people remember some of these old good ones like the Max. There's been a lot of good characters just because they didn't make it up there with Batman and Superman and so on. You know, I mean, these were some great stories, and yeah, the Max was amongst them.
But the Batman that they're going to put out is going to be so stupid.
Yeah. Just look at this panel. Yeah, I suppose he was feeling a little bat horny.
What in the world? Oh, good Lord. This doesn't even make good sense. I mean,
he goes, aye.
what?
I think it's an anime thing. I
This
don't
is
know.
being silly. I mean, come on. It's beyond silly.
I don't even have words for this. It's time to
don't think
retire
anybody does.
Batman.
Yeah, so yeah, this writer, I believe that's who's talking here. He says the thing you're most afraid of is going back to Batman. The thing you're most trying to make sense of that sentence, but anyway, you're encouraging all these creators in the absolute line to take their biggest swings and to make this about having these characters go up against the things they're most afraid of in the world and about themselves right now. That's kind of what you're afraid of. So what he's telling us is he's writing a character, even though he's writing his character to be this kind of butch bully, which says he's always been a wimp, maybe. He's incorporating these politics in it to say he's afraid of diversity of mind. I mean, what? I don't know. I'll ask you two. What kind of message does this send?
He's not being very clear with
Basically,
it.
to me, it sounds like he's afraid of. Batman has always portrayed a very masculine persona, and that's, to me, that's what he's saying he's afraid of, is a male acting like a male. To me, that's what it seems.
I don't know. I mean, he's writing a male being ultra violent. Maybe that's not what he's afraid of, but rather what he's having the character do is combating his personal fears of the things he fears and he wish he could do as he's writing his character to do.
Oh, yeah. His own inferiority that he thinks he is. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Aye.
Oh, God. It's so silly.
Here it is. Okay, so one long advance forward. Batman AF. Are you fucking serious?
Oh,
Yeah.
good God. That. Oh, I don't even know where to go with all this. It's just
But look, it's Batman AF.
That just does not make any sense.
no, it doesn't.
Yep, that's a good way to put it. Oh, good lord. Come on. Yeah, exactly.
It just doesn't make any kind of sense at all. It just doesn't.
Okay, so I believe this is still the writer speaking. When I was 9 or 10, he became so real to me as a means to go up against the things I was afraid of. So his whole place of writing this is a place of fear. And so he's basically writing himself into it. He's living vicariously through the character he's writing to combat everything he's afraid of, instead of actually stepping up and being a real man.
Sounds like it.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty
This
much.
is going to stink because no writer should put themselves into a story arc that damn heavily.
Hey, from Juniper down, where's his cape and why am I staring at his backside?
I don't know, Juniper. I don't know.
Wait. Is it just me, or does it look like perhaps he's wearing Depends or something?
I thought he was wearing a skirt.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought he might have been wearing a skirt of some kind.
Yeah, I
You
thought
know, it's just Batman AF.
Oh, good lord.
I guess he's not adult enough to go like one writer, and I'm sure some of you in the chat remember this. I'm the goddamn Batman, right?
Yeah.
That was a line that stuck with you. Like, fuck, yeah, this is intense, right? But Batman AF, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, from right, that was Frank Miller that wrote that line, wasn't it?
Yeah. That wasn't he the one that did Sin City?
Oh, yeah, that's what I know him from, Sin City.
He made some good stuff. He did. I don't know if it stayed that way. I don't know if he became a cop out, but I know once upon a time he made some good stuff.
Yeah.
See, there's this big hammer that I don't know. I don't know if he wears it on his chest. I don't know, some nonsense. But okay, so when we all think Batman and we want Batman to be more of a badass, do we think about he needs a big hammer?
No.
Sounds to me like there's some sexual issues going on with this writer.
It seems so.
And
a lot
I
of
believe
symbolism.
more than just Freud would say so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't even know. I don't even know. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he cannot wield. How do you pronounce that?
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. Yeah, however you pronounce it right. I know it's spelled all kinds of crazy, but you know, the hammer of Thor. Mjolnir. Yes, indeed, subliminal.
If he was going to do all this, why didn't he just make his own new character?
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't he just create a new character instead of ruin Batman? I mean, there's been so much.
Makes sense out of this panel. Batman saying, "See, Roman, I don't need cars or planes or computers. I don't need anything. You have all I need is Batman." Okay, you're reading this too, right? I don't need anything you have. All I need is Batman. Huh?
So he's referring to himself in third person?
It sounds to me like, yeah, an impetulant child going, I don't need anything you got. I have this. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Poor Batman.
Let me tell you, that was stupid AF.
Very stupid.
it
Very much so.
is time
Yeah,
to retire Batman.
There we have it. My writing make more sense.
It does, Lilith. It does.
AF. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So
But
is it just
yeah,
me that thinks they should retire Batman, or what do you two think?
Well, this is like a alternative universe. I take it. This is the ultimate line, which every few years they do this. They're like, oh, I remember in the 90s, they were like, let's give Superman long hair after we kill him, or I don't know. It was every few years they pull out some nonsense. Only today, the nonsense has politics, you know, and particularly identity politics, but all types, you know, politics thrown in with it as a in the comic is a delivery vehicle for those politics. But yeah, I think it's always a little bit tacky when they're like, oh, check out this badass version in this other dimension. I mean, I am so sick of this multiverse. Actually, I'm sick of Marvel and DC anyway. That's one thing that brought me to being sick of it, is they played those cards into the ground.
mhm.
Oh yeah.
So let me thank you again for the 20 donation. But if you like to watch, great, but you will not find your favorite, or is it least favorite? Anyway, you won't find that person here. It's just the three of us, so you're probably bored off your ass.
Yeah, probably.
Mm.
Well, Juniper was saying some stuff, and I agree. That new Superman movie was terrible.
I didn't care for it. I don't
Yeah,
think
me
that Snyder did the best job, but in comparison, he made a masterpiece in comparison to the crap we got now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, this is the metrosexual universe. Makes sense now.
you know what? People need to start creating their own comics.
Yeah, they really do.
Actually, I was part of a group when I was young. I mean, back in the days before the internet became a thing. I was part of a group that was creating their own comic, but we simply didn't have the resources to push it forward. It was messed up as these same people. I played an absolute minimum role in it, but these people that were great artists, right? And a couple of them, because there was between half a dozen and a dozen of us, but anyway, a couple of them tried to sell their characters to Marvel and DC. And I think they were offered like 20 or 50 for the entire exclusive rights. They didn't offer them a job or any such thing, you know. They was like, no, I'm buying that off you flat. And they're like, no, you're not. But they had a friend that was outside the group that did successfully sell one to Marvel. No, don't quote me on this. And it's been decades. It's been a long time. Seems like it may have been Nightcrawler, but again, don't quote me on that. It's been a long time.
Well, it was common knowledge that Marvel liked to screw people over on characters and stuff like that, that they would pay pitiful amounts to get the sole rights of the character and do whatever with it.
Time frames, I doubt it was Nightcrawler, because Nightcrawler was around a little before then, but whatever the case, whatever. I'm not just making shit up here. There is truth in what I speak.
Yeah, but I do think there should be more independent comics popping up. There used to be a bunch of them like the 80s and 90s, and you just don't really see too many of them anymore.
So Slay every game. He says I tried writing and drawing a comic when I was younger, but it was too much work, so I gave up after cover and first page. Yes, it is. It's an insane amount of work. You will need of course the art is one of the most time consuming, but never forget the colorist back when they hand colored it, which it was so much better then. But you need a colorist and a writer and editor and a whole bit. But I don't like this trend of everything looking like oversimplified anime now, or looking like the Batman cartoon style where it's everything's just rather simplified. I don't like this trend, or over cutesified. I like some realism in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know a lot of independent comics, they start out as black and white. For one, makes the work easier, and I guess it's to work on their art in general. Doing it that way just as kind of a test thing. Like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles started out as black and white. There was an independent one called ElfQuest that started out as black and white, and
Well,
The Walking Dead is black and white.
in the 90s there was a time frame where you could have some success as a startup, like I don't have the names available, but the writer of The Crow, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or I don't know, there was some like just 1 or 2 man startups that got somewhere. That bubble has popped, just like there was a tech bubble of the 90s where if you started a tech company you could get rich quick, but the moment that bubble popped, everybody was bankrupt.
Yeah. And now they've got it all locked down to where nobody new can even begin to be in the industry at all. And that's sad because it stifles creativity.
Well,
Yeah, and
Slay points out the technology wasn't as good back then for editing either. That's true. But myself, I don't like the tablet drawn things because generally they're like, okay, now I'm gonna hit this button and smooth it all over. I think that ruins image quality. That ruins any depth, any true weight of shadows. You just that blended look. Ugh, why would you do that? Could you imagine the historical works of art and then just put them next to some CGI art and be like, which one's the classic? Which one's great here? This is so difficult. But everybody's like, oh no, I'm fine with it in my games, in my comics. I prefer it. No, motherfucker, I prefer talent. But I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah, doing it by hand, you can put your actual emotion and feelings into it. Yeah. You can pick exactly what kind of colors you want and blend it yourself and just get it in unique ways that you didn't even know you could do before.
Well, I have.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to speak on it. Seems though you're the only one here is actually an artist.
Yeah, I know. Well, I wasn't wanting to be rude. The thing is,
you were born rude. What are you talking about? Just go ahead.
I have drawn on a.
You're what? What?
I have made art on a tablet.
What?
Oh, hell with it.
Go ahead.
But I have made art on a tablet. But I prefer the traditional because I have to be. I know it's weird, but I have to be able to feel the brush and the canvas and the paint. Or if I'm working with clay, I have to be able to. It's just weird. It's very textile, and if I can't feel what I'm doing, then I can't see it. It's weird.
Well, think of it like this. Think of it like, okay, clearly you can feel the textures and the pressure. And I know you get these fancy pens, 1,000 different layers of pressure or whatever, right? But imagine if you're sculpting. You get the sense of the edges, the shadows, the roundness. Now do it. Say you could do it through a design program and have it laser etched out. it wouldn't be the same. You have zero feeling, no tactile anything. You're not gonna get anywhere near the true sense of art that you will when you're doing it by hand on natural resources. It's not digitized.
Yeah. But Slay said they hand draw then digitize their work just so they don't risk messing up the original, and that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, okay. Digitizing it and then making small corrections, using tools as tools, I agree with. But the moment you're doing it all on tablets, and then if you bring in AI, game's over for you. That, I mean, I know a lot of you may not like to hear this, but I'm like, you fail. Unless you go into it with, I'm not doing this, AI is doing this, and I have some input. That's different. But if you're going to, I'm an artist and I'm gonna, and then you bring in AI, I would say you failed. But maybe I'm a bit of a purist, so we're gonna have different opinions. It's not a big deal.
Well, what people that rely solely on AI don't understand is there's colors now that we have, or well, actually colors that the masters use that cannot be replicated anymore. They just can't. It's impossible. The shit is not existent anymore. Those same materials that they created those colors with, they don't exist anymore. And it's just and it's going to be the same if AI takes over the art industry and all that kind of thing. It's going to be the same way. People are going to forget how to do any of those things. And then where comes in the human emotion that comes into it? You know what I mean? Where does because AI is cold and very calculated. Art is full of emotion and everything like that. So when you have AI do everything, it takes the emotion out of it, and it's just basically looking at like a bastardization of the form.
Yeah, as long as you're using it as a tool and the mainstay of the work is your work, that's perfectly okay.
Yeah. If AI is used as it's meant to be, a tool, then that's perfectly fine. But what I mean is these big companies like this, they take AI and they create everything with it. And it's just no good.
I mean, that dog, that's AI.
Yeah, AI right here. Are you AI? Bridget, are you AI?
I mean, in this instance, it means always an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. She is a doofus.
Look, yes, I say that because the dog is a bit of a doofus, but I like the dog.
Yeah.
She's real sweet, but she's a real doofus. She's real sweet, but she is such an idiot.
What are you doing? Yes, she is.
Okay, so on to another topic. Maybe our last. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So for you Star Trek nerds out there, and I'm not insulting you, I got into Star Trek, but quite by accident. I noticed, and I've been around, for a long time. I remember when Star Trek: The Next Generation was on TV, but I've always noticed the sound of that ship, like I would just fall right to sleep every time. So I started playing it online to fall asleep to. I fucked up. I started watching it. And I watched all of it.
How'd you stay awake with the ship going like that?
Well, I also used to listen to The Dark Tower by Stephen King to fall asleep to. Eventually, it loses its effect, and you will listen to it longer. and then you're like, oh fuck, now I'm following it. And The Dark Tower turned out to be a really great book, especially the second book, despite Stephen King being quite the loon. Just like some of Star Trek is quite good. Not all of it, clearly, but some of it is. So this Star Trek Khan audio drama being treated as canon by Kurtzman Trek Insiders. So yeah, it's a audio drama, and they're not particularly successful, not super successful, but it's being treated as this is canon now, meaning this is not a side story we just made up. This is our legit history. We were making this story part of our legit history. Oh, just wait till I get into details of how the story goes. But anyway, some of the details anyway. I'm not going to go into all of them. One of the lackluster releases of this year was a 9-episode audio drama of Star Trek Khan, which just concluded its run on YouTube and Spotify. Despite problems with characterizations that fly in the face of the original Trek, it's being treated as canon inside the Star Trek offices, according to writer Kristen Bayer. I guess it's Bayer. Anyway, in a pretty light build-up to the 60th anniversary of Star Trek, the audio drama's concept is to detail what happened to Khan, Noonien, Singh, and company after they were dropped off at Zeta Alpha V5, I take it, in Space Seed. So I suppose you'd have to be a little bit of a Trekkie to go back to Wrath of Khan and all that, right? First of all, they've already tried to reboot and abandon Star Trek on multiple occasions. Now they're trying to, as everyone's doing, bring it back with identity politics. But I think Star Trek is one of those things that hinges right on the edge of what do we do with it? Is it profitable? Should we throw it away? Should we reboot it? I think it always hinges on that. And now what they're introducing is canon. And for that matter, what the series they go through and they go, this is not canon, we're throwing this away. They don't take too seriously anymore, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's become somewhat of a throwaway project. What was his name? I forget his name, but you remember that series that was like Star Trek, but more of a comedy?
Orville.
Orville.
Well, the man that did Orville, he tried to buy the franchise, and when it was selling for real low, and they refused him. I suppose they suddenly got plans to do something with it. Hey, welcome, Problematic John.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay.
But it just seems to me that they want to do all these things, but if they would just stop and make something good with the franchise, they could make a fortune with it. Because there's a lot of people who love Star Trek. So it just doesn't seem like good business to me.
Well, I have been into Star Trek, but I'm not like a big fan. I did get caught up in particularly the Next Generation line and those connected to that one. But I wouldn't call myself a fan. It's just I've been into it a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched a few of the episodes, but to be honest, I just don't know much on the subject.
Yeah, well.
But it's okay. They haven't input it into your AI databases yet.
Nope.
Hey, I know Data, that character. I like that one.
that too was always my favorite character. It was. Okay. Okay. So again, this radio drama is supposed to pick up on what happened to Khan and his crew after they dropped him off on this planet. The drama starred actor Naveen Andrews as Khan and reprised Tim Russ as Ensign Tuvok and George Takei as Captain Hikaru Sulu. Sulu's easy one. Anyway, George Takei and Tim Russ have been very upfront with the politics on social media, and you can imagine which way they were leaning.
Yeah.
So yeah, hell, fat ass white girl. Yeah, we all like that.
Oh God.
Okay, so get this. It had a lot of identity politics to it. Surprise. With women constantly nagging Tuvok and Sulu, telling them they're wrong. On the planet, Khan faced a similar situation as his woman, Marla McGyver, constantly nagged him to be better. I've said that to people jokingly because I know how asinine it sounds. I wouldn't actually dare actually say that, you know.
Yeah.
Something that would have gotten her a backhand to the face in Space Seed. Yes, Khan was, you know, he was this ultra masculine character, right? You know, all alpha, all dominance, and if a woman's like, be better. Yeah, I used to have a woman. She's, you know, she didn't act right. That would have been it. It also had a bizarre plot line of random lesbian characters who were trying to in vitro fertilize and have a baby together, cheered on by the diverse, inclusive Khan tyrant. It was bizarre to say the least. Okay, so Khan, this ultra alpha, had these two lesbians. Okay, remember, he's this super male, right? Two lesbians, and they're trying to impregnate one another, whatever the case may be. And he's like, you go, girl, do it. I want to see you thrive. How many of you are familiar with the character Khan? Because these writers clearly aren't.
Hey. For one, I think Khan wouldn't have allowed those two women to exist because he would have felt that they were going against the betterment of his species.
Well, unless I'm mistaken, he didn't want anybody who wasn't genetically engineered to be superior to exist.
Yeah, I mean,
or maybe a, you know, if an alien race was deemed superior, they were all right, but then there would be competition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah. So Khan.
Okay, so it also featured Tuvok being emotional at the end. He's a Vulcan, by the way. At the end, stating it was comforting to know that Khan could feel love, something out of character for the ordinary logical Vulcan. Okay, first of all, Khan wasn't so much a character about love. It was about dominating, superiority, not so much love. And Vulcan, Tuvok is a Vulcan, which everybody knows that they're emotionless. Like, they do have emotions, but the emotions would overwhelm them, so they learn to be a blank slate and emotionless.
Yeah, it's like the number one trait for the Vulcan.
Well, and Khan, if I remember right, wasn't he created with Genghis Khan in mind?
I don't know, but it seems likely.
So where they're getting all this drivel from, those are way out of the ordinary for these characters.
Not to mention he has a woman that keeps telling him, do better. And then he's cheering on the space lesbians for trying to impregnate each other. This is damn, this is out there.
Oh yeah, it really is. Hi, Kelly.
Watch out for that buzzer. But anyway. Okay, the first episode had 108K viewers on YouTube after 2 months. The bulk of these during its first week. So as I scroll on down here, Based on YouTube ad revenue, a 10 to 15K video will make around $35 in revenue. With 7 episodes in that range, those after the first 2 outliers made about $245. The production cost of this had to have been in the tens of thousands with an original score, writing, production, and professional acting. So think of how big of a loss this was to push politics. Now, again, I'll state it again. I don't want to see politics pushed from either side. I mean, yes, some things will be inherently political to some slight extent, but it's always super clear when it's a self-insert, when it's being pushed.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. My grandpa thinks there's something after the chickens. I'm gonna go check it out real quick.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm betting it's either a raccoon or an opossum or something like that that's out there. So, yeah. But they
Right.
ruin everything. They ruin everything with this politics and throwing politics into everything. It just ruins everything. I mean, I get tired of it.
Well, I think we'll have time for one more issue. Yeah, I like to call them issues because I have a lot of issues.
Yeah.
But if at all possible, I'm gonna wait for Phoenix to return.
Yeah. But I miss the days when they did not.
That's a good one.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. But what were they thinking? To have a character like Khan be like that toward his females. I mean, it's no. And he was Klingon, so
Wait, no, Klingon? No. What?
wasn't he?
No. Khan? Are you speaking of Khan?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, back in the original series, the Klingons did just look like people, but I don't recall him being a Klingon.
I thought
Maybe
it was.
somebody in the chat knows, but to my knowledge, he wasn't. Okay, so proving herself to be a gigantic nerd. Khan is a human with eugenics.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, I thought it was Klingon.
Well, what they're doing is clinging on to the money. And okay, you're like, what are they thinking? They're not. They get grants to push a political agenda. They're already paid. They're like, this is going to be a success or it's not. We're already paid. So to us, it's a success.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, this is not something I'm just spouting. This has been proven. If you're curious about it, you can look it up, do your own research, but this is something that has been proven time and time again. I mean, the one big go-to name is BlackRock, and their funding, and their infamous saying of behavior must be forced.
It's gonna get to where.
So Charlie Nuclear is like, Lilith is right. Fuck, I'm a Trekkie.
It snuck up on you, didn't it, Charlie?
Yeah. And it was like, meet my 3 brothers, Clue, Klux. No, anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I just miss the days when you had good entertainment. I mean, there wasn't no political agenda. Nobody was pushing identity politics, It's just too bad that those kinds of things have taken precedence in our entertainment. Even video games. I mean, it's all in the video games and everything. You can't get away from it, and it's really
Well,
sad.
there are definitely more issues in the world. This is one they're most definitely sneaking up on us, and they're doing it gradual and then increasing it and increasing it. And it's mostly the older generations that's like, wait a minute, this is blatant. While the young ones are going, it's always been this way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't remember it any other way, and that's where they get them is because.
That's their plan for success. If you
Mhm.
keep it up for long enough, it's kind of like that whole thing about every time the monkeys would go up the tree for a banana, they'd get sprayed with water, right? If you keep it up for long enough, they won't have to do it anymore. Every generation will just keep passing it on for them.
Yeah, that is true.
I seen that one. That was one of their newer shows where they're like, I think they discarded that as not canon. That whole series, they were like, they got lost way out in, or maybe it was the future. Whatever the case, they're like, our warp don't work anymore, so they're like, now we can travel through space with a spore drive.
A spore drive. That does not make any sense. I don't know.
Oh, I know she's talking about Star Trek Next Generation, but I'm reading it as, yeah, STD and Picard.
I liked that show, Picard. I did. I enjoyed that show.
Well, when I was younger, the Next Generation was on, and yeah, I had seen the original reruns of the original Star Trek, but it was more so the Next Generation that got me interested in the least.
Well, there were things in Star Trek that uh, gave people ideas for some of the modern technology that we have now. So there is that.
It's possible. It's entirely possible, but it could be coincidence as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
if you look at some, like, even from the, what was it the 90s? Yeah, I think it was 90s. The Next Generation series, they would turn around their screens and they're like bolted to a table. And instead of sharing data, they would hand over the tablet to the person like it was paper.
mhm.
I mean, like I said, it's entirely possible inspiration came from it, but it could have just been pure coincidence.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I was talking about inspiration for the some of the modern technology like tablets and that kind of thing. But I guess the reason why I'm saying that is because of things like Frankenstein and all that gave way to a modern. It sparked the modern medical procedures that that we have now.
It was sure sparked a lot of minds. There's no doubt about that. Just the question is, would it have happened anyway? Because all throughout history, they were experimenting on slaves and what they considered undesirables. And no, I do not encourage that. Absolutely not. But unfortunately, there wouldn't have been a lot of advances without that. So, but I still don't, I'm not gonna be like, I'm for it, because I'm not.
Yeah. Juniper said they can't wait for the new movie dropping this Friday on Aliens.
Yeah, I don't know which movie that'd be, but I don't know why Miss Sparkles feels the need to go everywhere saying how gay she is. I mean, I get it. That's what the LGBT blah, 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 blah does. I get it. They're like everywhere they go. Hey, look at me. I get it, but they're usually not so upfront about it like that. You know, so it's a bit much.
She says that she must announce herself.
No, people know when a tornado is coming. You know, they get a sense. They they pick up on a few subtle clues usually. Okay, so here's a quick little clip, something to spark a little conversation.
You guys, since when did the junior bacon cheeseburgers become like for like literal juniors? for like little tiny babies.
Okay, that's a woman's hand holding that. Imagine the size of that burger.
Oh, that's bad. That's tiny. Good Lord. I mean, my God, the bacon, it's not even big enough to hide the bacon.
How many bites is that for you?
Probably 2. 1 if I was hungry.
And this is yeah. I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
You guys, since when did the junior bacon cheeseburgers become like for like literal juniors? for like
I've been noticing this trend I don't know how long. I mean, since the early 2000s, I've been noticing this trend every time. You know, I don't go to these burger places often because they're not great. You know, they kind of suck. But every time I do, which like I said is rare, but I noticed the burgers half the size they used to be. Yeah, I mean, I remember when those would be sliders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a slider. That is not a burger.
Oh, I do agree with that sentiment. Fast food is worthless. You're right on that. But I also understand a lot of grocery store bought food is also worthless. It's a lot to get into, but you know, for what you can, try to make yourself aware of what's better and what's not, because it's tricky to navigate these days. But fast food, it don't take much research there. You know, that's easy to know. It's worthless.
I remember.
Okay, so yeah, Miss Sparkles, Phoenix went to find you. I mean, all he's got to do is he's got to stand on the tallest hill in his area and look for the gayest thing he can. He'll find it. It won't take that much. You were saying?
But I remember when we went to Arby's. Oh my God, that was horrible. It was awful.
No, I was going, this can't be real meat. This is like some synthetic, like if somebody was guessing what meat should be like.
Mm-hmm. It was just horrible. And it was like, I can't describe it. It was so bad.
I'm gonna be vulgar here for a second. I do believe I've chewed on pussy lips that tasted better than the shit that was in that sandwich.
Whew. Anyway, but it was awful. It was mushy and had no taste, and it was bad. It was really, really bad. And the Subway has became subpar too. It's awful.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what? Oh,
Read what Miss Sparkle said.
yeah. That's her go-to thing. I'm gonna turn you into a girl. It seems that perhaps she has got some gender issues going on that is projected onto others.
Oh, well. Oh, no.
So I might have to get this last article I have and cover it, even though Phoenix isn't back, because we're past the 2-hour point.
Okay.
Okay, so all kinds of weirdness going on in the chat, but we're going
Yeah.
on to the next article. Critics cheer as Disney's Predator gets turned into a girl brand. I believe the Predator franchise started out on Fox, if I remember correctly. This is what Disney does to it.
No, just no. Mm-mm. We'll be having none of it. Mm-mm. No.
So this one on the right, I don't know, the gimp looking one, the more pitiful looking one. Trying to find a best way to put it. Whatever the case, this is supposed to be a predator who hasn't got there. You know, they're young and they haven't proved themselves. But I'm like, yeah, maybe the same thing's happening with the predator species is happening with the human species.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Yeah,
one's a runt.
It's the new one. He runts bitches. That just looks sad.
It does look sad.
Okay, so in his review of the new Predator Badlands, IndieWire's David, I don't know how to say his name, Ehrlich, I'll just say Ehrlich, falls into the Carl Sagan-esque trap of thinking that just because an alien species is hyper advanced, they won't maintain millennia-long cultural, social, and religious customs. So I think what they're getting at, maybe I misread it, but I think what they're getting at is they're saying if you have an advanced species, they won't be aggressive. They won't be maybe male dominated. You know, they will get past all these cultural differences. Well, we've made some advances and we've only leaned harder into these cultural differences. Now, yeah, I know there's people out there going, no, we're eliminating them. No, all these attempts, to me, feels like you're being super racist, kind of like going, you all think orcs are black people or Mexicans. It's like, no one said that. You're the only one saying that. Now you're kind of being racist.
Yeah. I mean, anybody with any sense that follows the Predator arc knows that this is a very warlike society, and what they're doing is what they're saying, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't.
Maybe it's methylene.
Maybe it's methylene.
Okay, anyway. In his seminal book, Cosmos, and elsewhere, Sagan had posited that any species, human or alien, would have to be very advanced socially, meaning mainly no more war, in order to develop technologies enabling them to travel among the stars. If not, chances are highly likely they'd end up destroying themselves. I really don't think that's the case. I think some of them will evolve in such a way. Okay, and this is based on the premise that you believe there's civilizations out there as such. I believe some will and some won't. Some will get there based on war, and some will get past it, and it'll be based on more so progress. But what really bugs me is them positing, taking the position of that if you have a warrior society or a male-based society, that is backwards.
Yeah, that's bullshit. It's just complete bullshit. Because if it was a female driven society, it is proven time and time again that the female of the species is more dangerous than the male. And that's just the straight truth of it. So wherever they're getting, oh, the males of the species are more dangerous and blah 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 blah. No.
Hey, look,
It's the other way
a
around.
male will punch another male in the face and be like, take this. A female will seek to ruin a life. They will learn you inside out and interweave themselves to take you and everybody around you down.
Yep, that is true. And in the military, even some of the best undercover agents are female. Like back in World War
Well,
II and
You
stuff like
might
that.
could even say aliens is more like females. Predators are more like males.
Yeah. And we all know what kind of havoc the queen alien wreaked on
Yeah.
everybody on the
The
ship.
in this scenario, the females, they put eggs into people. And yes, I know you might go, well, that's more like males, but no. I mean, for the overall scenario we're painting here, they interweave. It's like, oh, I had this alien stuck on my face, and now it's gone, and I feel okay. But guess what? You're not. It's gotten there. It's gotten there in order to mature in you and then hatch out of you, which is more the way that, historically speaking, psychologically speaking, the way more the way that females would work. Whereas predator, he's got his lock-on laser beam on his shoulder. He's got the blades on his wrist or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's more the way males work. It's like, there's my target, I'm going to take it out. Whereas the aliens they get all interwoven in it, and they use you. Now, again, I'm not just espousing my opinion. I'm looking at the psychology of it. I'm looking at, historically speaking, the way that female psychology works. Their strike is usually much worse.
Yeah. And it's not saying anything bad about women, and it's not saying anything bad about men either. It's just the psychology of nature. That's
Also, the
all it
way
is.
the females work, and this is not in every scenario, but let me just put forth a scenario. Man can be strong. He might get shot 5 times and survive. He can go through a war. He can survive. He can be starved. He can survive. He's tough as everything. He's proven himself. Guess where he's weak? In the matters of the heart, and oftentimes the matter of the brain, as far as psychology goes.
Mhm.
And for women, it's like, this is the easiest target in the world.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why trainers tell fighters, boxers, and MMA fighters, and all this kind of stuff, when they're in training, leave the women alone, because it makes them weak in the knees. That's why. It's just the truth of it. But what
Okay,
they
so-
did to this is horrible.
But Indy Wires Ehrlich, again, I don't know how to say these goofy ass names, whatever, acts like an arrogant contemporary liberal in his analysis. The fact that, another word I don't know, the Yatja are, despite possessing high technology, still warriors. Like, is ridiculous. He says, I maybe this is a term they named the Predator in the newest movie. I don't know. I have not seen it. No disrespect to many different warrior tribes who may have inspired the Yautja, but there's something fundamentally backwards about a hyper advanced alien species, despite having solved intergalactic travel, still only knows how to measure its own worth in murder and masculine aggression. Well, how do you think that humans often measure their worth?
Yeah, I was gonna say they're writing this drivel.
Okay, humans. They're like, can I fuck it? Can I eat it? No, I must destroy it. You know, if I can't own it, I gotta kill it. Okay, so they either want to fuck something, they want to eat something, they want to buy and own something, or they want to get you entirely out of their way. If you run into such a blockade that is like, nobody's budging, we can't fuck it, we can't eat it, we can't buy it, they start killing.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. Marilyn Manson did a song about that.
Well, yes, he did, and that was the inspiration for what I just said. But with that being said, that phrase was around long before that song he did.
Yeah, that's true. But
And I also know this because in my younger years, I was ate up with dominating and I must own and I must conquer. And I'm older now. Those feelings are gone, and I'm glad they are, because it just makes an asshole of a person.
yeah, it is true. But
Like
yeah,
like this asshole right here.
well, what's the verdict?
It was a possum, and it did get at least one chicken.
I figured it was a possum.
Yeah, it was hiding
Okay,
under
so-
the feeder and got him.
To finish up this article, his conceit is such that he claims Badlands succeeds because it reckons with the Predator series' fundamental weakness, the Yautja's culture, rather than continuing to pretend that it's the series' greatest strength. Thus, I'm sure he just loved how the girl boss aspect of Badlands. Okay, so he's saying because Badlands wasn't about I'm a mighty warrior, but it was more girl boss. He's saying, now this is a Predator I can get behind.
I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say to it. Because for one,
Well, you do see this picture here, don't you?
oh Lord. But what the thing about it is in the mythos, and I remember when Predator came out at the movies, with the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it wasn't even implied that there was anything of female in the species.
Okay, but since then, yeah, that's a funny one, because sure, they could reproduce in other ways, but yeah, that's a funny one to look at. But besides that, since that movie came out, they have now been like, oh, that movie was a parody of masculinity. I really doubt that.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, what I mean by that is they're saying it was originally meant as such. That's why they had so over-the-top masculine scenes in it. No, that was the 80s when men embraced masculinity and women was like, hey, I'm kind of into this shit too.
Mm-hmm. I just, they're going to ruin Predator. That's just all they're going to do is ruin it.
Look, Genty Maxie, he was impossumly hungry. I have a friend from Louisiana who says her back possums are at war with her front coons. That sounds like a real race war happening, doesn't it?
You make a whole movie about that.
I have not seen the latest Predator movie. I'll believe what they're telling me, but I also, want to see for myself to, just get my own take on it, because anybody who's like, I'm just gonna believe what they told me and just run with it, I don't think that's the best way.
Yeah.
Now,
Newest one I've seen was
sometimes
that,
you're like, I didn't see it, and other people are like, well, I watched and here's what I noticed. And then you go back and it's like, oh, you're right. No, that's a little different. They're helping you notice things you might have not otherwise noticed. But don't just be a crowd follower. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so ta-da. And yes, we have come to the end of our show.
Thank you, everyone, for coming, and thank you for the donations.
You look and sound like a hostage. Thank you for everyone.
Ah, I'm not a hostage.
Thank you if you're okay.
Oh, stop
yeah,
it,
yeah,
smart ass.
exactly what a hostage would say. So yeah,
Oh,
thank you, Miss Sparkles, for the 2, and thank you, Killer J, for the 2, and thank you, Kelly Miller, for the 20. Thank all of you. Anybody wants to give it the last moment? I wouldn't say no. But anyway, yeah, with any luck, we'll continue doing this. I don't know. We'll see, but that's the plan thus far. In this simplified, scaled back format, fun sized for your pleasure.
we're fun sized. Oh, fun sized.
Hey, I'm all spiked and ribbed because maybe I'm a little bit of an asshole, maybe, but it's for your pleasure. No, anyway, I'll quit bullshitting and just making sure everything's in order. So yeah, I'll say as I usually say, when you're looking around, you see different people live. This skinny girl says it, so I don't have to.
Me! Choose me! Love me!
And everybody out there, keep bringing the noise, because we will do our best to. And I do thank you who watched, who support us, and of course those who donated. A big thanks to all of you.
Yes,
And
thank you.
we will be back Thursday at
Yeah,
8.
that's right. That's right. Now, see, I was asked by a friend, because I actually do still have some of those, oddly. Hey, isn't that weird? But I was asked by a friend. He's like, hey, you going to do the Wednesday show? Because if not, we're going to do it. And I'm like, go for it, because I genuinely want to see many others succeed. So, yeah, Mondays and Thursdays will be our time here to do our little thing, but not for 6 and 8 hours like we previously had. That's a bit much.
Yeah.
But bye everyone. Thanks for watching. Till Thursday. We're out.
Your feelings can fuck off, you non-binary bitch. Telling everyone we're wrong while you sexualize kids. Keep your pronouns in your pants, this ain't the time or place. Unless you think you can dance, I'll punch that confused face. My pronoun is